Hey guys, back here at Naruto Blazing. So this video is going to be my own personal opinion on team building for the up and coming Ninja Road. Now there has been a few YouTubers that have done videos for this, mostly on the JP side because it's officially been released on the JP side. This dude Shiny, who's like the ultimate ninja blazing god, and this dude Hero. He's a really good, knowledgeable, informative YouTuber, and there's a lot of good YouTubers on YouTube that like bring really good content to this game, and they're all unique in their own way. But this is just going to be my personal opinion, in my personal, structure for mostly my behalf. But I'm just going to try to show you guys some pretty cool, or pretty good strategies and team building. Now, my initial team, or my very Ninja Road is like a 20-stage new game mode, and you basically get to bring 18 ninjas, your best ones, and you build 3 teams of 6. And my first team is gonna be a body and bravery team. Now, you can do I would honestly suggest doing like a body or a heart team or a skill team, and then a wisdom team below them, or a bravery or a mixed unit team. You want neutral damage. You want to have you want to have an advantage, and then you want a neutral element below them. But you don't want to take like a heart and body team, only because heart, body, and skill, they all make a triangle. While heart is stronger than skill, skill is gonna be stronger than body, and body's going to be stronger than heart. If you're against all skill units and you have a body and a heart team, yeah, your heart team's going to completely dominate them, but your body team, once you spam your jitsus and you're kind of just on the field you can't really switch to your body team because they're going to be at a huge disadvantage. So, in my personal opinion, definitely take your top 3 row. You really want to have one element, and then the bottom row you really want to have a neutral element that you're not going to be facing crappy scenarios of disadvantageness. So my personal team, for body and bravery, my initial character is going to be max limit broken. It's good to take a max limit broken character of every type, only because you're going to get that extra health, you're going to get that extra attack from that base character. And I have all these guys max limit broken, but if I had to choose one of them, I'm going to go ahead and go with this Naruto here. It's pretty close between these two, but one of the big things I'm looking for here is chakra cost, and this Naruto has a better chakra cost than that Rock Lee. And Rock Lee's ultimate, you know what he does. He opens up the 8 gates and he takes massive slip damage. He becomes a freaking beast, but at the same time, you don't want slip damage. Even taking away the abilities at a base, max limit broken status, I would definitely take this Naruto over that Lee. 4 and 8 chakra cost. It's really nice. Buddy skill, reduced damage 6%. It's not the greatest, but it's something. Field skill, I don't know if that's going to come in too useful for this new game mode. Another big thing is pilling. You want whatever units you decide to take for this raid, make sure you put pills on them and get their health to max and the attack to max. They gave us new missions, new pearls to farm. You get a lot of pill bottles from doing those. So farm those pearls and farm those pill bottles, and definitely put them on the characters that you're going to use. For my top row all body units, I'm going to start with this Naruto. Next one over, I'm looking for low chakra cost, guys. I'd rather have my units have their jitsus ready almost, as quickly as possible to put down enemies than have to save up for that ultimate jitsu. So I'm going to be taking Hiden next. And another good ninja for this Ninja Road. And when you go to his ninjutsus, 4 and 8 chakra cost, I want a ninja of each typing to be able to like put out slip damage. And for his initial jutsu for the 4 chakra cost, he's got 70% chance at slip damage, and it's pretty decent damage output. I probably won't be using his ultimate, but it's whatever. Next over is a field skill, Bravery. He's gonna boost Bravery attack by 150 to 300. That's gonna be really nice for my Bravery team when I have to switch out characters because I've exhausted their jutsus. He's gonna be boosting all of my Bravery as well. And buddy skill, another thing. It's kind of like whatever, but you know, max pill, max attack. That's nice. So I got those 2 characters as the top 2. Next one over, I want to take a healer. Since I'm doing body and Bravery, Rin is amazing. But even beyond Rin, I'm going to take a trip down here to my Bravery team, or units. And Kimono Sakura is really good. But I've come to terms that I would probably go ahead and take this Rin over that Sakura. Why? I mean, her stats aren't the best, but she's got field skill heal and her buddy skill heal, and she's capable of putting out a lot of field healing as well as her buddy skill. So I'm gonna take her. Plus she's long range, so she'll be able to heal basically anyone that gets anywhere near her. And her first aid for only 4 chakra cost, it's a decent amount of health back. And if for some reason you get immobilized, she'll come to your aid and she will get rid of that. And you can't argue a 10 times attack to all enemies in range, especially when it's a huge range. Even if she's only doing 1,000 damage with pills, that's still 10k attack to all the enemies, so that could come in clutch. So my top row is actually going to have 1 Bravery unit, and it's going to be her. Well, actually, I'll be swapping her out for my strongest Bravery unit I'll be taking next, which is going to be either Chidori Sasuke or the Butterfly Choji, because I'm looking for 1 max limit broken character of each type, and they're better than the original starter Kakashi, in my opinion. If I had to choose, I'm probably looking for utility here, and I'm probably going to go with this Sasuke right here. Now, he's also got 5 and 10 chakra cost, which is the most so far for my team. But once again, I'm looking for utility, and I'll be using his first Jitsu all the time. I'm not really looking for his last Jitsu, but I might use it if I have to. But he's got a 40% chance of immobilization, which may trigger, has a decent chance of triggering. Reduce damage to wisdom, you know, that's okay. His skills now. Field skill, he'll be attacking back too, so that's going to be nice. And his buddy skill, which if I am facing wisdom elements, I'll be swapping him out as a buddy, and you'll be taking reduced damage by 30%, which is huge. It's going to save you a lot of damage taken. Max pilled out, he's good. So I'll have him on the field along with these 2 body units. Well, actually, I take that back. Kakuzu will probably be on the field. He will be the next unit I'll be taking. My 4th unit for this team is also another Bravery unit. And he's AoE. I needed an AoE unit for this, and I would probably take him opposed to taking Jiraiya. In my case, Jiraiya would be a really good alternative for AoE. But for me, I'll be taking Kakuzu just because I'm trying to keep my chakra cost really low. And he's got strong attack and a really high chance of slip damage. Now, for his ultimate is also AoE, and it's a high attack. But the most important part about his ultimate is a 55% chance at slip damage, but even beyond slip damage, attack reduction. Now, I heard enemies can one-hit KO you. Well, if you could get that attack reduction off, they're not gonna KO you in one hit no matter what. Attack reduction is huge in this game, and none of the enemies you're facing I don't think have a resistance to attack reduction. So if you have an enemy, or if you have a character with attack reduction, highly consider it. He's probably the best in that case. Drya, of course, being just beneath him overall in all instances. A really good unit for this. His first Jitsu, spam the field. So we got the Sasuke, we got a Rin, we got Kakazu. Now I got one more unit to make my team, and I'm just looking for low chakra cost, guys, because I'd rather have my units ready to go as soon as possible to take down as many enemies as I can than having one enemy have to power up or have to wait forever to get their Jitsus. So I'll be taking Minato as my 6th unit for this team. Once again, really low chakra cost, really high attacking character. Let's move over to his skills. He's got really good field skills, plus fast range. If he gets in range of you, which he most likely will be, you can get him out of range and still have that 15 or a 10% chance of your main tanker getting the dodge in. And if he's if he's a buddy, 15% chance to dodge is always a good chance to dodge. So that's going to be my personal first team for Body and Bravery. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to my next team. Now you want to put together teams that are really going to benefit off of everybody on the field. We're going to move on to my next team, which is going to be Heart and Wisdom team. And I was talking about max limit breaking. Now limit breaking has been an issue for a lot of people, but honestly, in my personal opinion, it's not as bad as you make it to appear if you took time to limit break your characters, which I have. Once you get to the point where you can set up a team for the limit break event, and you set up the right team with max limit broken characters as your attackers, and the characters below them, if they have buddy heal skill, you can go into the mission with the right team and you can autoplay it fully. When I go and I farm these crystals, I just start the mission and I hit autoplay ×2, and the mission plays itself. So I'm not there staring at my phone. I'm over here doing whatever I have to take care of. While the mission plays itself, I can walk away and come back in 5-10 minutes and it's done. And I just like, okay, that's nice. I think I'll do it again. And I just repeat it. Just when it's convenient for me. They gave you 2 weeks to do this stuff. So, whenever you fill up to it, limit break your characters, guys. For my Heart and Body, or my Heart and Wisdom team, I'm definitely gonna start with Tsunade. She's gonna be my healer, and once again, her chakra cost 4 and 8. It's really nice, and she's a damage outputter. So she's probably the best healer in the game, hands down. We move over to skills. Not the best of skills, but critical rate boost is always nice. If you get up next to her, she'll get you some crits. Max peeled out. She's a good character to get a nice health, initial health and attack for your team. Next one over, I'm gonna be looking for AoE. I'm gonna be looking for someone to put out slip damage. Korean Sasuke. 4 and 8 chakra cost, 90% chance of slip damage. If you pulled a dupe, he's got 100% chance slip damage, and he's a damage outputter. So I'll definitely be taking him next, and he's long range, and he's got really good skills. If you're taking out your Heart team for to face all skill units, put him in range, and that's 15 to 20% damage reduction, which is great because I'm gonna get further into details here in a minute. So he's next, and obviously, if I'm gonna have to take one more Heart unit, it's gonna be Madara. And Madara is amazing overall. He's got pushback, huge damage outputter. He's great for slip damage, and he's just amazing overall. Great field skill, great buddy skill. This team alone is already looking great. So they're going to be my top 3 Heart unit characters that I'm taking. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 3 underneath them for Wisdom. Now, like I said, I wanted max limit broken characters. If I had to choose between Shikakugara and Zabuza, I'm going to be taking Zabuza. His chakra cost is better at 5 and 10, and he is AoE to some extent. He's not the biggest damage outputter, but he can reduce. He has a chance at sealing. 25% chance is not too bad. And his ultimate, it can restore health. You might get around 1300 health back, which, you know, if you need that, it's always good to have. Next, we have his field skill. I don't know how useful it's going to be in this raid, but it is there. 25% chance upwards to reduce the chance of receiving Jitsu sealing. Buddy skill. If you're taking a Heart and Wisdom team, you go ahead and put this. But you put this guy as your Heart person's buddy, and you put that person out as a tanker, and you put the Kirin Sasuke next to him in range. You're going to be taking upwards of 40% damage reduction against skill units. So, very, very good person for this raid. Max limit broken, yeah, you're looking for the extra health and attack. He's going to be my initial unit. Next one over, I'm looking for low chakra cost. Kirin is nice, but I'm looking for damage output too, so I'm going to be taking Kazekage Gaara, and I'll show you why. His ninjutsu is also 4 and 8, but his initial ninjutsu, Sand Prison, he's got a 65% chance at jitsu sealing or attack reduction, and attack reduction is huge. You have these enemies out here that supposedly put you down in one hit. Well, if they take attack reduction, which they probably will, because I haven't seen any enemies have resistance to that, they will not kill you in one hit. They won't hurt you that bad in one hit. And you know, if you got Kirin Sasuke in the field and he uses his ultimate on a boss, you follow up with this guy. If they're immobilized, he'll do times 16 attack, which is great. Skill, boost attack 200 by 100 to 200, a really good field skill, and a very good buddy skill at reduced damage. Reduced damage, like I said, if you guys put all these useful abilities and skills together, if you do it right, you're going to have no problem with the raid. Pilled out, pills are so important for these characters. So he's going to be the secondary wisdom character that I take. Now, if I have to take one more wisdom character, I'm probably going to be still either, it's going to be iffy if I want to take an additional healer or a damage outputter. I'm leaning towards a damage outputter, and I'm probably going to be taking this Naruto, Shippuden here. 5 and 10 chakra cost isn't bad. He is AoE to some level, but it is a small area. And the giant Rasengan at 9 times attack is 9 times attack is always nice. So I'll probably be taking him as a third unit, and if I have to question that, we'll probably be taking an additional healer. Maybe the Kimono Sakura that I passed up the first time. I'll be adding her into that mix of healing. That way, you'll have your heals there. So that's going to be my heart and wisdom, kind of mostly wisdom character team. And then I'll be moving on to my third and final team. It's going to be primarily skill. I just passed that up. Initial character, I'm looking for a max limit broken character that's pretty solid. And I'm going to definitely be taking this Neji here as a starter. Utility is so important in this. And 5 and 10 chakra cost isn't bad. But his initial, his first ninjutsu is 70% chance of immobilization. And it's a medium range, so you got a lot of enemies on the field that you need to immobilize or stop a few of them. He's going to stop them. And then the ultimate jutsu, if you desire to use it, it's a decent damage output and 40% chance of jutsu sealing, which may or may not come in clutch for you. Field skill, he'll be attacking back, putting out additional damage. And buddy skill, if you are taking your skill team against body team, go ahead and put him as your buddy. And if you even have your wisdom unit out there, he'll be taking 20% less damage, which basically make him like a neutral element, or I mean not neutral, but like a skill unit. So that's always nice to have if you need to switch out somebody to put out, use their jutsu. he's good for this raid. Next one over, I'll be taking Sorcery. He's also max limit broken. He'll be my unit that puts out slip damage. 5 and 10 chakra cost. Okay, it's better than 6 and 12. And 60% chance at slip damage is nice. I got some dupes. That ups it. Even if I didn't have this, 60% is not bad. Not bad. And the ultimate is AoE. He's AoE overall, so he's a good AoE unit. I'll be taking him. Once again, guys, always, if you decide on these characters, max pill them out. For my third skill unit, I had a toss-up between Shippuden, Sasuke, and Utakata, but Utakata ultimately is much better in every way. If you have him, congrats. He's really good. I just recently pulled him, and I couldn't be more thankful that I did. We'll start with ninjutsu. If I have sorcery hitting all the enemies on the field, I could have him use his first jutsu to go after the strongest unit, and he's going to hit at times 10 attack. 4 and 8 chakra cost is not a lot. I'm trying to keep my chakra cost around that level, and if needed, go ahead and use his ultimate, and he's going to restore chakra to himself, and he's basically going to wipe the field of a bunch of enemies that you're up against. I didn't mean to back up, but we'll go back into him really quick. I'm going to try to speed this up. I didn't realize I was already after 20 minutes. But I'm trying to be informative. I'm trying to help you guys with team building. If you do have these units, there's also alternatives. But field skill, he reduces a lot of damage. If he's out in the field, 15 to 20%. If you have to switch out characters, even as a buddy, he'll reduce you the maximum of 20% damage, which will basically give you that edge as if you were at a high advantage over an opposing body unit as a wisdom or a bravery. So those are going to be my 3 top skill units, and beneath them we're going to be moving over just to some useful units for this team. Kind of like a rainbow team. I'm not looking just for wisdom or bravery, but I want neutral elements. So next one down, I would be looking for a healer. If you're against body units, Rin's always a good healer. So I might consider taking her for this team. And, I did pass up the one tail. I did pass up Jiraiya. I might even put Jiraiya on this team, just because he's going to be great for Utakata as well. And he has a buddy skill. And I might even take Butterfly Choji or the one tail. 50-50 between them. One tail is amazing. I don't know if you're going to absolutely need to do freaking 60,000 plus damage on an enemy, but I would try to avoid doing that, just because once you blow your load, no sexual innuendo intended, you got a moment before you're ready to get him up to where he needs to be. And this man here it's only 5 and 10 chakra cost, and he's gonna max limit broken. He outputs a lot of damage. And I'm really looking to get that max limit broken stats on a lot of these characters, or at least 2 of them per team, just because it's going to give you an extra couple thousand health, and you're going to need that. Max pilling on all your characters, it's 2,000 health almost too, so that extra 3,500 health, it's going to save you. So that's basically where I'm at so far in the last team. Like a rainbow team, there's other characters I can take. I just haven't completely decided. I haven't experienced Ninja Road yet, so I don't know 100%. But I am trying to tinker around with some ideas, and I wanted to put out a video, and hopefully it can assist you guys as well in team building. Low chakra cost I feel is important, and making sure all your characters will assist each other with their field skill and buddy skills is good, because there's a lot of good abilities that are overlooked in this game, and especially for the up-and-coming Ninja Road. So, just consider it. I'm going to go back to the home screen. I think this Ninja Road drops in like the next day, or maybe 2 or 3 days. So, we do get a new banner too. I might farm. I need to farm pills still, so I'm going to hit the new stages and see how many pearls I end up with. I might try a couple summons, but I'm not going to spend anything on the summoning event. If I end up with 40 or 50 pearls, I'll throw some singles out there and we'll run Ninja Road, and I'll show you guys further details on my strategy when the time comes. If you have any, if you need help or anything, let me know. I'll give you my suggestion on the character. And yeah, basically that sums it up. Another thing is I did have a lot of fortunancy with this up-and-coming Blazing Fest we just had. I did the step banner summons. I went through it. I was able to pull Madara 4 times doing the step summon. I did farm an additional 30 or 25 stones. I did buy 30 more stones. I ended up with 55 pearls. Pearl is a type of stone, so you can say stones. I did single summons. I managed to pull him 2 more times in 55 singles. And also Kaze Kagagara. But I had some crazy luck. This guy is going to be my permanent lucky character. Shortly after I did the 55, I farmed another 20. I bought 10 more. I did 30 in singles. I somehow managed to pull him one last time in a single. So I have all his abilities unlocked. I'm going to make him a lucky character. I'm going to leave him as a lucky character. If you guys want to add me, I'm not accepting randoms at the moment. If you are here on my channel, you know, people are going to be taking him down as their lucky character, so he's not always going to be available to you. But if you're my friend or ally, he will always be available to you, and you'll always have him with the max abilities. So he may help you in this raid, and he will always help you in the future. So feel free to post. I'm going to post my friend ID below, and as long as you post your gamer in-game name and add me, I'll 100% accept you, no matter your rank or whatever. And maybe we'll run future raids together. I'm going to end the video here. I mean, it was really fortunate of Blazing Fest for me. Like, in the past, when I did Blazing Fest, I never pulled the banner character. The first one, like, I couldn't get him. Shikakugara, I could not get him. One Tail, I couldn't get. Minato, I couldn't get. Utakata, I didn't have a chance, even though I used a fair amount of pearls. I didn't do the step summon, but I never had luck getting Blazing Fest characters, and this Blazing Fest made up for everything for me personally. And you know, I know it could be a little triggering seeing a 70 luck Madara, but I didn't go out and buy 2,000 pearls or 1,000. I was lucky. So, but you know, if you need help, if you want to add me, I'll for sure accept you. Just make sure you post your name below. That way I know who you are, because I'm not accepting randoms at the moment. And I do have a Facebook group that's pretty good, and I'll be linking that in future videos. So if you want to join our Facebook group, you're more than welcome to. And yeah, I'm gonna end that here, and we'll see you when the Ninja Road comes. Good luck, guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.